What makes something stand the test of time? For many, it's long-standing product quality. For others, it's the name behind the product that helps enhance that quality. And for others still, it's the fact that the product has been around for such a long time that its longevity is the only track record that it will ever need, even if it is a little long in the tooth and tries to find ways to keep itself relevant over the years. The same can be said for a handful of TV shows that have been around forever that still exist to this day. Your Simpsons, your SNL, your Family Feud, and just about anything with the words executive producer Dick Wolf at the end of the show. They don't just stay on the air because people enjoy what they see, but every once in a while, something new is added to the show to keep people tuned in year after year with seemingly no end in sight. And that especially goes for one of the longest running shows and longest running excuses to call out sick on a work day. I defy you to tell me of a better way to take a break each morning than by watching The Price is Right. For the past 50 years, it was the place to be in order to win big money and fabulous prizes, all while playing a seemingly endless carnival of pricing games that test a person's shopping skills. And for 35 of those years, the reason to tune in was a guy named Bob Barker.
And now here's the star of the new Price is Right, Thank you so much. Welcome to the new Price is Right, and let me assure you, fans of the old Price is Right, that this is your favorite game, still based on the pricing of merchandise, with wonderful awards for smart shoppers. We call it the new Price is Right because we have some exciting new games that you will enjoy right there at home with our studio audience, and we're going to get that first game going right now. Here's the first item up for bids on the new Price is Right.
As many of you know, Bob Barker passed away today at the age of 99, and I want to very quickly just talk about this. Because even though he did pass away at a very revered age, this still feels impossible somehow. Then again, I kind of felt the same way about Betty White before she inevitably tried to make it to 100 years old, but ultimately didn't. I don't know, it was just... Bob Barker always seemed like one of those guys that could live forever. And thankfully, because of things like the Price is Right Barker era that happens to be on Pluto TV right now, in a sense, he'll always be around and, dare I say, forever. Now, putting aside for a second the not-so-nice stuff that happened to him over the years, you know, the lawsuits and the harassments and all that stuff, Barker did still make his mark on the world in a positive way. Not just with entertaining us with the shows that he hosted, but also in helping control the pet population by having your pets spayed or neutered. You may not think that's any words that's going to be taken seriously or anything because of just how often it's said, but you'd be surprised how many animal lives have been saved over the years just because of that advocation. On a personal note, I used to work for PetSmart in my teen years, and this was back in a time when I really had no interest in animals whatsoever. But over time, I want to say this is during a 3-year period of my life, I eventually got to realize that pets are just like us. Animals are just like us as well. You know, you take care of them as they would then take care of you. And as corny as it may seem, I fully understand what Bob was trying to do when he was advocating for animal rights, and especially when advocating against the wearing of fur. And if you ever get a chance, it's somewhere up on YouTube, but there's his 50th anniversary show where he's doing some sort of a not a documentary, but like a in his own words kind of thing. And he talks about hosting the Miss USA pageant, I think it was, and then quitting because some of the contestants were wearing fur, and pretty much just drumming interest for anti-fur by doing that. I mean, that's a pretty ballsy thing to do and have done and still be very impactful to this day. So you can't really fault the guy for advocating for a cause such as animal rights. But as far as the show itself goes, and as far as Barker hosting The Price is Right goes, probably one of the most common remembrances that I've seen, even before he passed away, is the fact that no matter who you are and no matter what walk of life you come from, he was the reason why you stayed home from school, from work, or just wanted to take a break for an hour each day. And no matter how you were feeling, whether you were in the best of conditions or even the worst of conditions, that 1 hour of TV that Bob hosted was always a recharger. I can't quite explain the science behind it, but then again, maybe I don't have to. Here's just a quick, and I do mean quick, compilation of just how and why Bob Barker was as good as he was at what he did.
I was asked the other day if there was something about Bob Barker that no one knows. And I thought, and I finally admitted probably the fact that he's really pretty dull.
Now, audience, are you still confident for him? Do you think he's going to win all 3 cars? Now, you understand, this is the last shot. You understand the whole thing.
I understand.
I'm looking for a yes. Are you looking for a yes?
Give it to me, Bob. Yes.
Give it to him. Solemnly swear to do Bob Barker no bodily harm if I win.
While she was hugging me, she said, I'll meet you in the parking lot.
What?
I said you look younger in person.
And
that's not a compliment. I have nothing to do with you. I'm giving you the facts.
The facts. These are the facts. Put your left hand there on the top, but don't open it. Put your right hand over here. Now, the audience is going to count with me. 1, 2, 3, now. When the audience and I say now, you lift that off and do it with a big flourish. We want money, because I hope it's in there. We want it to fly all over this stage, don't you?
Yes, please.
Yes, he does. Are you ready, audience? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Nicely did it. There they are. $25,000.
The price is wrong, bitch.
I think you've had enough. No? Now you've had enough. Bitch. I've been asked why I've chosen to retire right now. In December of last year, I became 83 years old, and I want to retire while I'm still young. I feel humble. I really do. I count my blessings to think that this has happened to me, to have allowed me to come into their homes for 50 years. I am so grateful, and I say so at every opportunity.
On behalf of all of us at Telehell, we will miss Bob Barker. And as he himself would say,
Bob Barker reminding you, helps control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Good night, everybody.